What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time I'm taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video right after the disastrous Gout of War Ragnarok stream, which, oh my lord, garnered low positivity, didn't even get 100 likes, so no celebratory bubbles for the den heads. I know the children were upset, but hey, if you don't engage and you don't give Phil his likes, you get no bubbles. Anyway, he talks about Pokemon, of course, and apparently the whales came out and got him to a to the tier 3 tip goal, which of course it's awesome, and of course he's gonna say it's an awesome stream. You know, his house could have burned down, but you know, just the fact that he got to that tier 3 tip goal and got to wear that stupid ass orange vest, you know, everything's great. But it was totally different for the second stream, and you can see our boy Phil just, you know, his mood just dowered down, and you can just tell that it upset him that he couldn't even get to the tier 1 tip goal. So no gunner glasses, so you know his eyes were just probably hurting. Yeah, and he makes sure to call out the den heads for not supporting God of War Ragnarok. So let's get into the video.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 20th of December, 2022. That's right, it's the final countdown until the Christmas events, right? And fun holiday weekend. So, what did we do today? Well, on today's Level 1 podcast, basically, we talked a little bit about everything that's been going on in regards to the ongoing playthroughs, and what I really wanted to get to the meat of today, or the bottom of today, I should say.
Just a quick little side note, I just paused it right here. Look at Phil's hairline. What the hell is going on with that? I think he has a problem where he pulls his hair out. It's a condition that occurs some people that are special needs and stuff, or some people that suffer from really severe anxiety. They have this they develop this kind of really bad habit of kind of messing with their hair and pulling their hair or twirling it. And looking at Phil's hairline from his left side to his right side, you can tell that he is either pulling his hair or twirling it or doing something out of nervousness, or, you know, I'm pretty sure it's, you know, the tips, or it's the fact that he's not making enough money to play WWE champions. That's probably what it is. And you actually see it with some addicts that have an addiction. They get so out of, sometimes it's with fingernails, you know, they bite their nails, they move around, and Phil, of course, does all those things. But one other thing is pulling the hair. And just look at that. It looks like it looks like a straight up triangle. You know, it looks like he's harnessing the power of the pyramid on his forehead there. So I just wanted to point that out, because every time I watch him stream, that hairline just gets pointier and pointier and farther back.
Is what actually happened with God of War Ragnarok. A playthrough that I'm 46 hours, well, after tonight, I'm 48 hours into. But somehow this playthrough has dwindled down to having less than 300 people really care about it. You know, even the videos I upload, the streams I do, doesn't really have much attendance or engagement anymore.
That was always the fact. I mean, your first 2 or 3 streams of the game, yeah, you got some support. I think you hit the tier 2 tip goal, and you got a couple hundred people that came out and watched it. And I think your first playthrough may have gotten like 9 or 10,000 views. But then everything after that has just been hot garbage. I mean, you barely get 200-300 views on those stupid videos, and of course the tips are just not there. The tips have not been there since the second or third stream that you did of this game. And you know, I know you try to sit there and explain to your Dents that, oh, it's all these other factors, but you never account for the fact that they're just boring. You make the content so boring. And the worst part is that you know, I find them funny where you decide to challenge a berserker and you die, you know, hours and hours and hours, and sometimes just leave and rage quit it. I find it funny, but your Dents don't. You know, the Dents that are there to watch you and support you, they don't want to sit there and watch you face a boss that you clearly are not leveled enough to defeat. You know, but you want to be bullheaded and just sit there and just keep dying over and over and over again. No one wants to support that, Phil. I mean, I do, because I find it to be funny, but I'm not dropping any money on you.
And I explained why in detail. I know why, okay? And it's a combination of many different factors. The fact that the gaming landscape has changed, with the way that people cover games, content creators in general, but also people who get these early copies, and these games get spoiled weeks in advance. Like, people knew the plot of God of War Ragnarok 2 weeks before the game was out. Okay? The fact that people rush through the games to get them out there, and all the hype for the game is already dead within a week to 2 weeks because everyone's beaten it already. And I don't do that. Among many other factors. So, if you want to really get to the meat of what's happened with God of War Ragnarok, you should watch the podcast from this morning where I go into great detail about it, okay? First stream of the day.
Great detail, but yet fail to accept the fact that you played this game and make it utterly boring. I watched your stream last night, your 2-hour stream of God of War, and I was bored to tears. Like, there is nothing there. There's no pacing. You don't even play a little bit of background music just to kind of, have a little ambiance. You just sit there and you just play the game and you just move forward. And on the occasion, you sit there and say, oh my God, what's that? Oh, what? I don't know. What do I got? That's not fun, Phil. That's not interesting. You're not engaging. You don't know the mythology. You don't know the history behind a God of War. I mean, I would love a content creator where if it just became a walking sim, essentially. I would like a content creator that actually would give me some history behind God of War. Or maybe some mythology history on, Kratos and Odin, and just kind of talk about Norse mythology while they're playing it. To me, that's interesting. And you don't do any of that, Phil. You sit there and you either, spout off some nonsense or start using scat humor or spend your night scanning for tips. That's all you do, and that's just boring.
Today was Pokemon. Why was it Pokemon Scarlet? Because you voted for it. We had an overnight poll. Case in point, you're talking about God of War Ragnarok, right? We had an overnight poll to determine the order of streams today. 2% determined the winner, but it was Pokemon Scarlet. So, even in regards to, daytime streams, people are voting for Pokemon over God of War. Wow, right? The Scarlet stream was great. We did a lot of progress today. Continuing on in the northeastern region of the map, we eventually did get to the Team Star Fortress, the fighting type fortress, and fought it and took it over. Then we decided to go to the other side of the map, kind of northwest, which is that big lake. I had previously been there in the game, but I was only level 30 something, and we couldn't fight the level 50 Pokemon. Well, now I'm level 50. Now we can do it. So we were catching all kinds of new Pokemon. We went to the lake, and we actually took on and faced the final Titan Pokemon of the entire game. And that's really where we adjourned. We had done a little bit more exploration to the north of the lake, but that's all we had time for in the 3 hours that we had. And let me tell you, it was actually super engaging and one of the most supportive streams I've done in a long time. I don't know if people were just in a holiday spirit today, whatever it was, but thank you to everyone who supported the Pokemon stream today. It was really nice. The late stream was God of War Ragnarok. Now, we had basically arrived at this crater, this side content area near the very end of the game, where it's a very lengthy segment. There's a ton of content to do in this crater. Well, whether there's, one way there's like this, going deeper down into the ground and fighting enemies and doing puzzles. You go the other way, there's a dam and an aqueduct and a river that you fill up, and now you're exploring over there. So I liked it. I played it for 2 hours. We fought multiple mini bosses. We fought a bunch of cool, enemy mobs. We solved puzzles, all kinds of stuff. But I do have to say this, and I called it out at the end of the stream. Why did they save essentially the biggest, most meaty side content of the game for the end of the game? Like, if right now, if I were to just go back to the story and play it, I'd beat the game in 2 streams. That's what people are saying. Like, you got maybe 5-6 hours left in the story, you're done. Why save all the side content at the end of the game? And it leads me to believe that the pacing of the game is just very much off. The whole first third of the game, when you're playing through it, you're thinking, oh, this is interesting and meaningful. And then as you get further into the meat of the game, once you get to that point in the game where Atreus breaks off from the group and starts doing his own thing, you realize it was all filler. Like, the whole first third of the game didn't matter at all. It all could have been skipped, and nothing would have been lost. The game would have been more fast-paced into the meat of what's interesting. There's side content in the game before this area. There is. But to me, it's like, why are you adding a ginormous side content area at the tail end of the game? The thing is, I want to play it. I'm enjoying it. But I just feel like at this point, I should be in the home stretch. I've been playing over 40 hours or almost 50 hours in. You're telling me it's not time to finish the game yet? And that's, I think, one of the reasons why the playthrough isn't doing that well anymore. It's just, it's been on so long. I started in early November. We're at the end of December. it's not even done yet because it's so long. It's such a lengthy game.
You could finish the game if you want, Phil. You just want to continuously want to milk this game. That's what you want to do. You want to milk it, and you want to hope that you can still get another tier 1, tier 2 tip goal, several streams of that, so that you don't have to buy another game. That's a big thing. And really that's the main thing. And that's why you want to stretch out this gameplay. This gameplay is done, Phil. It's done. It should have been done a month ago. But you just want to be slow about it and just want to search for everything. And the other thing is that you sit there and you say, "Why play 3 hours of it? I played it 3 hours." You didn't play it 3 hours. You didn't. How much time do you take to stop to talk about tips, to talk about support, to talk about all everything else other than the game? So you may be streaming it for 3 hours, but you're actually not playing it for 3 hours, and that's probably why it's taking you so long to finish it. Finish the damn game. Don't do the sign content. Just go and finish, go to the end, finish it off, do what's critical, and just move on with the playthrough. But you don't want to do it because you don't want to have to buy another game. That's essentially what it is. Phil doesn't want to pay money, drop money for another game. If he does finish this right away, what he'll try to do is probably go and try to play one of those stupid ass Game Pass games or a retro game, something free. So mark that down.
It's certainly no Elden Ring, but at the very same time, with Elden Ring, people always wanted to tune in to see what was the new boss, what was the new crazy challenge, what was the new overpowered, overhyped thing I was going to fight. As opposed to in here, it's kind of like, well, yes, the gameplay is good, the story elements are good, but unless I'm doing a major story stream, a lot of people aren't even that interested in attending anymore, you see? So, great stream, but very low engagement. We didn't even hit 100 likes, even though we had almost 300 people. And support was almost non-existent. There was one large tip. The rest of it was like every once in a while a super chat or a small tip. We didn't even come close to hitting the tier 1 tip skull. And I almost feel like this is going to be the rest of the playthrough. Anytime I play God of War, we're going to have low attendance, low engagement, low support. And it sucks because I know we still got another major stream to finish the crater. Right, probably 2 more major streams for story. I didn't even go to Muspelheim. Apparently there's other side content, other places. It's like,
I really gotta pee.
And the other thing that's pressuring to me, I got my year-end stuff I need to do. But how do I do a Game of the Year awards countdown when I haven't beaten multiple playthroughs this year, right?
Easy, Phil. You just do the stupid review. You've played this game enough to know whether it's good or not. And you have enough information to know whether this game, should be Game of the Year or whatever. We all know that what you're going to do is you're going to be the contrarian and not give Elden Ring the Game of the Year. Everybody knows that you're going to do that. You'll probably give it number 2 or number 3. And you'll try to sit there and say that Stray is number 1. And you're talking to someone that loves Stray. I really enjoyed this game Stray, but it's not the number 1 game. The number 1 game is Elden Ring. Maybe number 2 is God of War. I'm pretty sure God of War. And the third one, maybe Stray. Maybe. But there are tons of other games out there that you didn't play that could be considered Game of the Year. But, so you're just dragging this out yet again because you don't want to have to fork out money for another game. You figure you'll stretch this out as long as you can. And as long as you're getting close to a tier 1 or tier 2 tip goal, then everything will be fine.
So here's the deal. I'm hunkering down starting after Christmas, and every day is going to be either God of War or Pokemon as the major stream, because I need to finish these games ASAP. I'm not saying I'm going to not do meaningful content and turbo through and skip stuff. I'm just saying those have to be the mainstream focuses every day and alternate between. So every week I'm getting like 9 hours of gameplay until we beat these things, hopefully in early January. So then I can do the most disappointing games of the year countdown and the Game of the Year awards. Okay? The thing is, I can't do that now because what's coming up? All the holiday stuff. So let's talk, okay? I'm off from streaming tomorrow. I hope that you all have a great and safe day. If you happen to watch anything here on DSP Gaming on the channel, please, by all means, remember, like the videos, leave comments. Engagement is key. Perhaps 'tis the season for a super thanks. I never get them. Like, I think every month I get one. So, just saying it's an option out there. If you're an on-demand viewer, you'd like to support the stream other than just watching, it's a great way to go above and beyond, okay? When I return on Thursday, it's High on Life on the early stream, and it's a late-night stream of more Warzone. Now, I'm hoping that I've been making so much good progress in High on Life. Like, I'm just about to very soon unlock the 4th and final weapon of the game. Plus, We got all these traversal things. I think we're nearing the end of the game. We're probably heading to like the final third, I'm thinking. So, perhaps another 1 or 2 streams of High on Life and we'll wrap it up, okay? Friday is the Christmas Marathon. Saturday is the King of Christmas Sims in WWE. We've got so much holiday stuff coming up, alright? So, get hyped, get excited. Tomorrow, my day off. I'm doing so much to prepare. I'm actually buying all the food for my Christmas meals. I'm going to be in here setting up for the Christmas Sims on Saturday. I'm doing a lot of Christmas themed stuff tomorrow on my day off. So, I wish you all the best. I hope you have a safe and fun day off tomorrow, Wednesday. I will return on Thursday the 22nd with a full day of streaming. And then, of course, starting the 23rd, the Christmas festivities begin. Alright? One last thing I will say. We have very precious little time to hit the monthly subs, the monthly members goal. Just to show you guys, because I usually don't do this on the daily wrap. That's where we're at. 486 out of 575. We have to hit the goal by the end of the marathon on Friday. Because we had a members bomb around the 24th of last month that will expire. And that's 100 members that are going to go away. And then that's the end of that, okay?
By the way, he is wrong. And the funny thing is he dropped 11 members in one day. Wow. I'm guessing, yeah, it's about 10 because I think someone did drop a 10 membership, gifted memberships last month. It was about 10. And then the Emil one, which he's talking about, which was 100 members, that actually expires on the 25th. Now, I think what YouTube does is so if someone, it goes daily. So for example, if someone gifts at 1 p.m. on the 1st, they have it until 12:31, the end of 12:31, like midnight. That's kind of how it works. It doesn't run from it doesn't run from the first 1 p.m. all the way to the next month. The first 1 p.m. It's not like that. If they do it on the 1st, then essentially the midnight the day before or midnight the day of the membership complete. So Emil's membership bomb was on the 25th. So that's going to expire on the 25th of midnight. So essentially when Santa Claus is dropping off presents, Phil will lose these 100 members. So he's wrong yet again. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. So yeah, essentially he just goes in and starts begging for members. And yeah. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry it ran a little too long, but wanted to get this in. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.